From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the New Orleans Saints.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from the Superdome.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Ready up. Here we go, set.
Young wasting no time, right to the air.
And his first pass is incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Black block, opposite, green, check.
Here's Young from the shotgun. Looking right sideline, that's complete. 27 yards there, a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A first down carry by Sanders, well defensed as they'll hold him to just a couple. 2nd down coming up. And you look at this Saints defense.
This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
A pretty good mark there. They needed 14. They got 14 on 3rd down.
Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Ready, set.
Off the play fake, Young. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers, and a first down here.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Again, it's Young. His throw incomplete.
Give him credit for
Excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
So here come the Saints now for their first drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Now a play fake here on first down. From the left side, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
The Saints at 7-1 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
On 2nd down, Evans looking for space.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
You look at this Carolina defense.
And they're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one, because guess what? They're facing the #1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
3rd and 4. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker.
And some space here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. gain there. This one goes for 20. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Saints respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Jake Moody now for the point after.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive.
3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. He will push his way down to about the 14. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
A solid stiff arm. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled it to the left.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's the occasional ball carrier. It's Taysom Hill. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
In motion left goes a tight end. On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one...
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Kenneth Walker.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Saints are an extra point away from evening this one up. Good with the extra point.
And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. And we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
That pass completed to Dortch.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Brian Brzee
busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Young now. Pass incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on third down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
On fourth down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll... line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Oh, that's a big let off there on 3rd down, because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a first down, but for big yardage as well.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13.
In on the tackle is the lineman, Perrion Winfrey.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Ken Walker,
his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Saints have taken the lead. Now Moody for the PAT.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And this throw will be intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Saints are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Running right, here's Brown. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 30. Back to throw. Into the hands of Perry, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation,
pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll set up a throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 12-yard line. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mecole Hardman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Desmond Ridder, strong in the win, as his guys start the second half with a victory that moves them to 6-3 on the year. From there, we'll jet north to Ohio to check in on the Browns at home at Cleveland Browns Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Justin Fields, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Dalvin Cook, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. It was a strong first half for the former Spartan, Kenneth Walker. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter.
But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it is really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
A CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that call now might get the fans back into this one.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This will be caught by Brown. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off. Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
And that drive is going pretty darn well. 3 previous times converted on 3rd down. But on that one, the defense rose up and said, enough of that.
And this one is right through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
Opposite. Green. 5, 6.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Able to slither by. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short. Could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
2nd down, back to Sanders.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Well, now, after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check pink. Hut, hut.
Young will set to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background. What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Young to throw it. This is going to be incomplete. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Saints will have the football back. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line. He'll look to throw. That's out to Hill, right side complete. So nothing doing there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Touchdown, Saints! A great play there. 29 yards as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead is now 24. 5 plays there on that drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. They're going to look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And
throw left side is complete on the diving effort. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 3 quarters have come and gone. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Second and goal from the 1. Now back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Saints start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. The extra point try now for Moody.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants him to.
There he goes, left side. A big play there for Carolina. 43 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd and a couple.
Green, check white. Smith red. Switch yellow.
Running right, here's Sanders. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Saints coming out now to take the field.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been flat getting it done, 8 for 9 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in the game.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Again, it's Walker.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
They'll try and run for this with Evans.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays. lead.
Now the offense for the Panthers here, getting the football back. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Here we go, set.
A first down throw for Young.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Here is 3rd and 5.
From the shotgun, it's Young. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Micah Parsons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. Picked up by Alontae Taylor.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Moody, good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will not. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously, more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 8. Young. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Now Moody for the PAT.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
That pass completed to Dortch.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Young now from the 50.
Got his man. It's Dortch.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Young. This is the tight end, Njoku. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. And as this defense walks off the field, they should do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for New Orleans, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.